GruntingPixel.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. As you can see, it's starting with me and no game. Why is that, you ask? Well, the answer is pretty fucking boring. But I wanted to try something a little different here today. So, what I have that you can't see, it's literally right here. I could do this. I could go like, what is this? What is it? What is it? You'll never fucking know. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I should be looking at you guys. You will know soon. So, I'm a PC gamer, and I've been using mouse and keyboard, and I like it because of the precision that it gives me and all that shizzy shaz, bullshit, thing. The mouse is superior for precision. It is. Problem is on consoles, and especially on computer, I play with a crazy high sensitivity. Okay, I did a 360. Obviously, it's not that bad, but it's very, very, very fast. And, because of that, I've just noticed that I don't want to say I suck. I hold my own, but I miss a lot of shots that I shouldn't. And I overshoot and I undershoot and I do these things and I'm not as precise as I need to be. And I think that's because I'm fighting for a pixel with just like the subtlest of fucking movement with my mouse. So I did some research into it because I've tried doing slower mouse sensitivities in the past, and I'm more precise, but it felt unnatural. So I did a lot of research into it. Basically, from what I understand, is basically, I just said basically twice, get the fuck over it and learn to have big movements feel natural. So I said, okay, I'll do that. It's my birthday. I'll buy myself a gift. So that's what this is. Again, I'm not looking at you. I should be doing that. This is my my little gift here. So what I got myself was basically a bigger mouse pad. Because if I do this, this is the size of my current mouse pad. It's really, there's my hand. It's not very big. So, out with the old, in with the new. Got myself a new one. Now, I'm going to tilt this around here. Hopefully you guys can see this. I've increased the zoom on my monitor by crazy. So this new one that I got is 17.7 by 15.7 inches. That's pretty fucking big. Now, I've ordered mouse pads in the past, and they always came rolled up. This is tilted. Jesus Christ, sorry. They always come rolled up in like a little tube. So when I got this motherfucking thing, let me see. Hold on. Oh, God. Oh, you guys are seeing behind the scenes. Whoa. So when I got this cocksucker, I was like, okay, I guess this one isn't being rolled up. So I opened it up. Now, I love Amazon. This is no means a diss on Amazon, but I do wonder what the idea was here. So I'm like, okay, this could be 17 by 15, I guess. It doesn't seem quite proportionate, right? But, it could be. So I cut it all open. So that's why these are here. If I take these off, the whole thing flows up. So let me know quickly before you guys fucking view the next minute, if you guys think that they just rolled up or opened up in here. I feel like if I was making a spectacle, it wouldn't be the obvious choice. So, if we open this thing up here, well, that's not a good sign. Oh, sorry, oh, Jesus, I'm so sorry, microphone. So, yeah, so this is what I like to call packing efficiency. Very, very well packed. Doesn't slide around at all. Takes up all the space, like as much as you could possibly use. You got a little gap maybe here and here. But very efficient, very well packed, very mind-blowing. So, I got myself my new thing, and I'm going to try to unbox it here. But I just realized that I have to hold this, so unboxing this is going to be hard. Again, let's get out with the old. Get that shit out of here. Yeah, fall over. See if I give a fuck. And in with the new. So, this is, it's a mouse pad, so see if I can't put this. Oh god, this is, oh Jesus. So, let's see if I can't open this in a way that makes sense. So, this is just a mouse pad. There's really not a lot to consider with a mouse pad. Obviously, you want something that's good with lasers, good grip, comfortable, feel, blah, blah, blah. But, you're talking about a piece of plastic with also rubber on it, that of which you put plastic and metal in on. So, nothing too fancy here, but it is infinitely larger and has a bazillion reviews, and most of them seem positive. So, I said, sure, this will work. Now, I actually bought a larger mouse pad. Sorry, I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm sitting here trying to open it and pull off this stupid fucking tape. But, wasn't making sure this was in view. It's also heavily contrasted, so I'm basically making a, fucking noir film here. Whites and black's all heavily contrasted. But I bought a nice big mouse pad before, and I had it for about a week. No, that's not true. I had it for about a month. And then I moved, and somehow in the move it disappeared and ate itself. So I had to go back to my shitty, fucking old, tiny mouse pad. So I'm glad, or hopefully we'll be glad, to have a significantly larger mouse pad. Now, I keep talking about the mouse pad's size, and some of you might be wondering, well, why does that matter? And that's if you play on a lower sensitivity, which I don't want to say like I'm following the pros. I want to be. I'm still not opening this on your fucking guy's screen. I want to be like the pros, so I'm like trying to copy them. But a lot of professional first-person shooter gamers say, you know, it's wise to get used to what's this. Oh my god, a sticker! In case you guys want it. Get used to a slower sensitivity because it lets you be more precise in your movements, because it takes a larger movement to do something small, which means when you need to do small movements, you have the room to do so. So let me roll. I'm starting to unroll this thing. So hey, look at that! You guys' contrast is better. So that's what this is for. Basically, I'm talking nonsense at this point. But oh, it's upside down. You can't have it upside down. Can't have it upside down. So this is the new mouse pad, and gonna have to probably make some minor adjustments of my position of things. I got fucking wires for days. One of these days I'll probably do I don't want to call it like a workplace video, but basically just like show off how my my setup is. It's not anything mind-blowing, but in case those are interested, want to see it. It's not mind-blowing, but holy shit, it is elaborate. Like, probably unnecessarily so. So, check it out! New mouse pad. Just for shits and giggles, I'm about to find the other one, so hold on a second, because I fucking threw it. Here it is. That is the comparison. As you can see, really small. So, get again that out of here. Throw that shit. So, what I'm going to do now is try to set up my camera here so that this can be in view while I play. And basically what I want to do is I want to start a game of some sort, probably, I don't know, Battlefield or Call of Duty or some shit, and play it how my current sensitivity is, where I'm basically like get it 360, like where like my movement is very fucking taut. And then I'm going to do some math and get all nerdy about it, and increase my sensitivity by crazy amounts, so that I can hopefully be more precise, and then record that colossal failure, because I did a very quick match about a week ago before I ordered this mouse pad, using a higher, a lower sensitivity. My brain just died there. And it was awful. I hated it. But I was able to admit that I was more precise when I wasn't underestimating or overestimating by a crazy amount, because I'm used to this movement being a 360, and it was like this movement was a 360. So, I'm going to get that set up, and we'll be back in a moment. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we are back now. I have a camera on my my hand here. This is about as good of a position as I can get. I really wanted to have the overhead view from like the top. Jeez, I have to put my hand really far down there, so that way you could really see the movement. Fortunately, I don't have a way of mounting it like that, so this is going to have to work. I'm going to be doing it in Call of Duty because I could play online and try to do this, but I'd probably just going to get mad if I did that in Battlefield with this game. This game has a bot mode, also the ability to only headshots, so to really test my ability to hit things in the fucking head. So, I've set this up. It's free for all. Pretty sure it's on regular bots. I don't really remember. I didn't pay too much attention to it. I know that they're not on crazy hard bots. This is target practice, guys. I'm not trying to, like, look how much I am against legendary bots, or whatever the fuck they're called in this game. They're just supposed to be moving targets. So, this is my normal sensitivity that I usually play on. You'll see here that most of what I do is actually from the wrist, and this is a very drastic motion you'll see here in a second. I also play with a high field of view. I hope that doesn't bother anybody. So, as I'm going to demonstrate to you real quick, just looking around. As you can see on the game, I'm getting a very large movement on the screen, very twitchy, but it's taking very little on my mouse. I'm using like an eighth of my mouse pad. So, hold on, my volume's a little low. So, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of shoot with, oh, that was a bad shot, with my normal sensitivity. These bots are absolutely retarded. And I'm not claiming to be crazy good or anything like that. I'm probably going to miss a million shots. Partly because I do this crazy high freaking sensitivity. But just feel free to, while I kind of demonstrate some of this, to just keep an eye on, you know, what's happening on game, but also keep an eye on my hand and how little movement I have here. It's very twitchy, and it doesn't allow me to be very precise at all. You'll notice that I'm trying to, like, for some of these, oh, fuck. You'll notice for some of these guys in the background, I'm basically pixel hunting. I'm trying to, like, I'm just trying to tweak that mouse just ever so slightly to get that, that shot that I need. And as you can see, like, some of these, I'm just trying to maneuver it, and I'm either not getting enough to maneuver it, or it's too much. And that's just not good practice. Like, I can do pretty decent with it, but it's not the way that you want. Oh, jeez. It's not the way that you, oh, jeez. You want to, oh, God! Okay, I'm really trying to, when I'm trying to play decently, I don't ever talk because that takes my brain fucking power. Holy crap, I cannot aim for shit. But you don't want to be fucking fighting your controls, and unfortunately, it feels a lot more natural to me to be twitchier, but again, it fucks with my ability to be precise, which is terrible when you're sniping, which is what I'm doing. So, I'm probably gonna, I don't know how long I'm gonna go with this for. I'm just gonna probably get a little video here, just kind of showing it off so that you guys can really see how little, I need to move because I play with such a freaking high sensitivity. God damn it, stop ducking as soon as I take my shot. Fuck you, I don't even like that guy anymore. There you go, I needed to, jeez, this guy is fucking pissing me off. There we go. But one of the reasons that I wanted to change this not was because, like, I want to be MLG Pro, but it's also because of the fact that, like, I have, this is going to be fucking annoying medical bullshit. I have connective tissue issues, which means that I'm bound to suffer from things like carpal tunnel and arthritis and shit in my life. And I'm actually lucky that I don't already suffer from that shit. So, I kind of want to avoid that, especially considering the fact that I drum. So I do a lot of work with my hands. I play video games, which is bad for joints and wrists and shit. I drum, which is bad for joints and wrists and shit. And I have fucking medical issues, which is bad for joints and wrists and shit. So, like, I'm really just a recipe for disaster when it comes to my good old-fashioned wrists here. So, one of the reasons I wanted to also kind of slow it down a little bit is because it'll force me to actually have to make my movements by moving my, God, that looks terrible on screen, by actually moving my hand, not just my wrist, like pivoting from my elbow, not my wrist. Good lord. So that's one of the main reasons. So I'm gonna go a little bit more here. I'm actually surprised. I mean, these bots aren't made to aim for the head, so they're not gonna get very many kills on me, but I am surprised that I haven't been just on accident. There we go, I was gonna say just on accident. I'm gonna change to a scoped version just for shits and giggles. Ooh, okay, whoa, this is a little too close quarters for this scope. So, as you can see, I'm trying to, like, fight this, there we go, I'm trying to fight the, my mouse and the pixels, and I'm also trying to, my hands, like, I have fucking huge hands. I don't know if you can tell by this. Really good for uncomfortably touching people. And I got a big-ass mouse. Like, it's a relatively large mouse. But even then, my hands still, I'm going to have to move my camera here. My fingers still drag, so when I'm trying to move it, these two fingers end up dragging and getting caught and shit like that. And it's one of those problems where when you're resting with your pivot being your wrist, your fingers are forced on the ground. When you lift up your arm or whatever, my fingers are able to just kind of like exist higher above the thing, so there's like a gap there, and it lets me move them without much snagging or anything like that. So how long was I getting shot at before I finally died? So that's another reason why I want to do that. So a little bit more of this, and then I'm going to cut the video again and do some math and figure out Because how the pros do it is there's no real easy way of measuring sensitivity. So the way that everybody, the typically standard way of doing it is they call it centimeters to 360. So how many centimeters it takes for you to do a 360. I'm going to go into a corner here, and I'm going to try to test it with here. I have this tape measurer for measuring my dick, but also for testing that out in a second. So let's find a spot. So let's say this bullet hole's a little too small. I was hoping for something a little more sharper. Is like, something sharp? Anybody got some? Okay, here we go. This should work for me. Now let's go. Okay, so we'll say here to 360. So I'm gonna put this here down, and now unfortunately I'm not sure exactly the best way of doing this, so I'm just gonna kind of try it. So I'm basically just gonna move this around until I have a full 360. So I'm looking at 5 centimeters right now for a 360. Now, that doesn't mean anything until you have a little bit of data. There was a huge, I don't want to call it a spreadsheet in case that's not the right word, but there was a huge sheet of information released of pros and their sensitivity. I think it was for Counter-Strike maybe, or maybe it was pros of everything. I don't remember what it was, but either way, it was pros, and I'm pretty sure the average centimeters to 360 was, I'm gonna say this, it's gonna be totally wrong. I'll edit it in the video with just some like numbers on there. I'm pretty sure it's 40. So if you think the average for professional, shooter players is 40 and mine is 5, then that means I'm going a insert number here times faster than like what the pros do, and that's just crazy. And the thing is that's just the average. I saw some people with 60 centimeters and shit on there, and that is some crazy low sensitivity. So what I'm gonna do is I'm basically gonna try to work my way up until I find a nice middle ground. I am just not sniping very well with this. Until I find a nice middle ground of Jesus Christ, sensitivity versus accuracy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna go from 5 to probably 15. Let's see if I can't go around 3 times slower, because I could just, double the slowness, or double the amount of centimeters it takes, but I don't know if that's gonna be nearly enough. Like, that's still very fast. So I'm gonna say 15, maybe I'll go 20, and just see. Jesus criminy, good lordest! There we go, finally. And just see what I can accomplish. Now, one of the things that I'm gonna have to do for the time being is I'm gonna have to just kind of like hold my own arm up. Oh, damn, motherfucker, killed me quick. I'm gonna have to hold my arm up. I bought a ergonomic rest for my birthday, for my shoulder and shit, which helps with these things because it lets me pivot from my elbow without having to like hold my arm up because I'm a weak piece of shit. And that should help for this, but this is just gonna be a short little thing of me trying to, good lord, of me trying to, there we go. Me trying to fucking do the fucking aiming thing with the sensitivity thing and the dang thing. So this is just, I got my my mouse pad way earlier than I got my my ergo arm, and I wanted to have the unboxing because of how hilarious the packaging was. So I think that's pretty much it. I think there's only one more kill here. Yeah. So what I'll do is I will now cut away for a moment and adjust my sensitivity, and we'll see how this turns out. So I'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So I've just put the tape measure away. I just did some some calculations. I've gotten my sensitivity to now at about, I think it's 19 centimeters. So I decided to go for closer to the 20. Now, one of the things I'll notice automatically is I would be doing probably a 360 at this point with this type of movement, and it's very little. But not only that, I also have to stop pivoting with my, I'm going to move my arm up a little bit, guys. I hope you don't mind. I was going to stop pivoting with my, holy shit! This is slow. This is slow. This might be even a little too slow. Now, as with anything, oh, I'm gonna undershoot so hard trying to get used to this. As with any new thing you try, there's always gonna be a growing period. So, what you saw was me doing well, relatively okay. You're gonna see me do pretty bad for a while. I'm almost positive. So, I'm trying to pivot with my my shoulder here now. Or my shoulder, my elbow. That's why I've slid my arm further up. The things, just a couple observable things right off the bat is, I feel really sluggish. Like it feels like swimming upstream against molasses. Like it's very, very slow. But what I can already feel is I can already feel that like I'm not hunting for pixels. If anything, I'm trying to like kill a huge group of pixels in one movement. It feels weird. I don't know what to think about this so far. I mean, I get the idea behind it. Like I understand why having a lower sensitivity is helpful. It lets you, you know, find that those micro movements and make those micro movements a little bit more of a macro movement. Take a little bit more before you you get to there. That way, when you're trying to do the super micro movements, you're not trying to fight for it. So I understand it, but man, it does feel slow at initially. So this is at 19. I'm probably gonna stick at this for a little while until I get real comfortable, and then I'm gonna probably try a little bit lower. I'll probably try a little bit faster. I'm just gonna be doing a lot of tests. To see how this goes. Goodness gracious. The animation is really weird for how they make these things, these characters move, where like their head is level and then they reload and their head goes up for such a long period of time. So then you want to try to track your reticule to the top of their head. But then for me, at least in my current situation, okay, I'm macro movements, me, not micro. By the time I track their head, they fucking reload, and then, see, I'm just like, I'm underestimating so hard, because I'm expecting these movements to be so much larger. Oh! One of the things I can say already I can feel, and it's just because I have to move a lot more of my arm to do this, is I'm getting some nice little subtle burning in some of the muscles in my arm where I'm definitely using them in ways that I'm not used to, so... Oh! I think that guy was trying to shoot this guy, and it hit me somehow. Ready for it? Well, maybe he adjusted for me. Looked like he adjusted for me. It was funnier to pretend he didn't see that. I blurred it out! Edit and post! This is really weird. Ah! Everything feels so slow and sluggish. I really got to get used to this. I'm very glad that I'm doing a fucking bot game though, because if I was trying to play like against actual players, I wouldn't even have the chance to practice. I would just be spending my game time at the fucking respawn screen. Good lord! Oh, come on! There we go. I don't understand that. There we go. So I'm able to be a lot more precise. I'm just underestimating myself. Like I'm underestimating how much movement it takes to get to pull off these shots. See, like that, I whipped up a little bit and then I nay-nayed, but I fucked up the nay-nay. It fucking screwed me. No, I tried to look up a little bit, but I did a smaller movement than I needed to be. So yeah, this is basically going to be me just talking about like, oh, I should have done that and should have done this. The point of this video wasn't to like me just fucking cry myself to sleep while I'm trying to do this, but it was basically just kind of like show off that, like, how terrible I am currently, and the mistakes that I make, and that, like, I don't know, this was just really interesting to me. One of my friends was talking about this, and there was also a YouTuber that I watch who was talking about this relatively recently, and it just kind of really made me interested because, you know, I'm inherently a competitive person, not to, like, the dickhead aggressiveness, but I'm always trying to be better than I was before. So that's pretty much, you know, when he started saying, like, hey, I've done this forever, and now I'm doing this, and it's improving, you know, my performance, I said, well, I've done what I've done forever, and I've never really tried anything else. And so I gave it a shot. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. Have you guys tried anything like this? Do you play at fast sensitivities? Have you always played at low sensitivity? This also applies for controllers too. Like, you don't have some of the same stuff with the mouse and keyboard, like in terms of like movement and shit. But you know, the slower you are, the more precise you could be technically. So, or theoretically. So, this applies for mouse, keyboard, controller. You know, if you play with your fucking iPad and you use your thumb, just, you know, let me know what you guys play with. If this is something that's interested to you, it's a really interesting thing to me. It's kind of fascinating, and I like it in concept, and I'm starting to like it in execution too. But it's gonna be a long road. This isn't gonna be one of those things where I'm better overnight. And I think once I have my little rest to help me with my movements, I think everything's gonna get even smoother. I got a fucking DNA bomb. Fucking use that shit. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'll use a DNA bomb. End the video with a God bless DNA bomb. Now, if these guys could actually shoot me in the head and were aiming for my head, I guarantee I would never even remotely get that. But DNA bomb deployed. Fuck yeah. That thing's green. Missed that shot. I'm gonna actually just run these last couple kills out just to end the video on a place that makes sense. But again, please let me know what you guys think down in the below. Well, your thoughts, comments, what you do, what you don't do, things that you've always done that you wish you could do better, things that people tend to do that you think is a mistake. Let me know all those things down in the comments below. My name has been the GruntingPixel. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I tried to do a fucking quick-ass, cool-ass move kill for the last kill. Boop! That was fucking stupid. And, I'll see you guys in the next video.